beings. Okay, see, like the tree elements are speaking. It also connects to they connect to the dragon realms, connect to the elf realms, fairy dimensions. Also, of course, the trees do talk to each other. Also, talk to us. Doesn't mean they always get along with each other or us for that matter. Still have not to say see many people talking to trees. Well, they probably do, and they just don't realize it. So there are tree being spirits, so you never know. Some of them are ancient elder energies, you can say. So something to think about, especially those that are very connected to the fairy realms. Imagine that not all of that's been revealed of where you're connected to. Of course, there's the sky gods, but also that's like a mountain god frequency. Well, I just got the energy of like sky god. You don't have to necessarily see it as like a well, I mean, a higher dimensional being that is godlike, I guess. I mean, we all have like godlike abilities within ourselves, so it doesn't mean you have to be worshipped or anything like that. But of course, there's always going to be somebody like that, especially here in the lower realms. um, yeah, the sky god frequency is just basically just kind of the sky energies, and just see what comes through. At that level, also goes like cloud cities and things like that. So it's just like this is just a starting point, and you can look at it from different points of view. So it's like it that way. So all right, going to this next going to be a short one. Yeah, I'm not going to do one tomorrow. Just tonight. Give myself a break. All right. This is Intermittent for sessions. Yeah, the scheduler at a shop here somewhere. All right, that's about it. See if I can get this working. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to tree energies, and those that need drama with the secret space programs and all that. More power to you on that one. Yeah, just disconnect might be better, but if you can't, that's more power to you on that one. So we connect to the tree realms. Of course, you go to the magic realms also. That's more complicated. Any secret space, anything. So we're going through spell casting spells on all different levels, and you don't really hear a lot of that. Probably because it's, how many people care? Probably most don't. And it is a touchy subject for that matter. But it's definitely, so many spell castings going on. Fast food companies have it. Everything has it. Government has it. Of course, most of them are zombie creatures. Are kind of. You're surprised how many politicians are actually dead or just wandering around. Look at Biden. So it's like a corpse, corpse lodge. Yeah. Nice to be there. All that power and all that corruption, all that smell like anyway. Okay, all right, going to the tree energies and just, like I said, it's not just a tree vibration, it's also fairy realms, pixie realms, and just kind of expand it out from that. So for those of you that don't need all the drama in your life. So, all right, blessings. Greetings for the tree consciousness. As you can see in this world, well, there's a lot of souls incarnating here that are trying to renew themselves, figure out who they are in this universe. So it's like you have an identity crisis, depending on who you are. Some are just experiencing just the human experience for whatever it is. It's just, you get up, go to work, you do the put your clothes on, makeups, whatever's, and I mean, just right there is just like, of course, a lot of human species, they just snap their fingers and they're ready. Your world has to put effort into it. So You'd be surprised just doing the process. Yes, heartbreak, breakups, things like that. Also, that is a another experience you're just here to experience. Of course, there's always more to it than that. We're usually come here for some kind of upgrade, but you have to go through some kind of challenge to get to. You can't just jump up to it. You have to be tested. Of course, some of you are being overly tested. There's a reason behind that. Well, let's go into the details. Of course, as you know, the trees go through, all of nature goes through a lot of stress, what humans go through. We feel what you go. We keep the world going. Let's put it that way. There are many people that want to give all the credit to the aliens and all their wonderfulness, but really it comes down to the Earth itself. Just has its own organ. It can survive itself. It doesn't need necessarily help from outside sources. Of course, you have once again the elves, elemental beings that the aliens don't always understand. So of course the aliens are patting themselves on the back, but then you have elf people appear on their ship and things of that kind. Sometimes tell them not to come back. So there's there's different elements that you're not really seeing here. Of course not. You're experiencing the human frequency. Of course, some of you are very much homesick from the realms of just free thinking. Of course, this world is not trying. Well, the reason why this world, of course, censors so much because it doesn't want you to figure this place out. If it censors almost everything, it's difficult to you as a collective to start unpeeling the realities and just finding out what this world is all about. Yes, there's a lot of lower dimensional demonic beings that are holding on to this world. That's it's you say they have nothing better to do. Well, a lot of them are on their last life, you could say. So they hold on to you as long as they can. And some of these beings are thousands of years old, but a lot of them can be destroyed. They just lost their purpose. So there's a lot of them here because a lot of souls here got pulled into the lower dimensions due to suicide, various different situations, experimenting with themselves, figure if they can handle the lower realms, and that wasn't always the case. So, of course, many do incarnate here to help this earth evolve, but also, once again, to learn from it. Doesn't mean you have to learn everything. Some want to learn everything, and they found out they learned too much. There's only so much coffee you can drink to relax or stimulate your mind to receive. But even those that can carry libraries of knowledge have overdone it here and actually going crazy. So, but the tree frequencies, I mean, we do have you say arms. We do hug people, you can say. You can say it's through the wind. We send your energy through the wind just to cool things down, not necessarily to blow things away. Some, yes, overdo it. That's not always a tree being. Sometimes that's a reptilian being, just like, sitting in the back laughing his ass off while everyone's like, it's like, what was that gust of wind come from? So there's some of that going on. Of the elemental beings that are here, yes, are not likely to show themselves. It's like your aliens. I mean, elemental beings can actually, not that they're going to do this, can help aliens be seen here, meaning like an alien is here wandering around, and elemental being can shift their energy where other people can see them or feel them, for that matter. So we can give you a little history. Usually elemental beings stay quiet. Of course, if you're in a tree, a forest, you can feel their frequency because basically the vortexes there are allowing this, their energies to be picked up depending on how intuitive you really are. And yes, you can be pulled into different vortexes also, especially in the forest. So yeah, it's good to be the forest might look halfway decent, kind, but they can also be used, as you can see, for abduction purposes. And yes, they call their national parks in the U.S., come here, just camp out. But they don't really tell you what you're getting involved with. Yeah, they tell you about bears, lions, and all of that, or whatever that's over there. But they don't really understand the tree frequencies. And there are beings that can manipulate them as a portal to take you somewhere else. That's why people get lost so easy. When you get lost, it makes it easier for them to pull you towards they want you to be. It's kind of like you go into a maze. So unless you really know what you're doing, you can find your way out. Most don't know anything, and that's the idea. So yeah, it'd be nice if your world would or your countries would have a better handbook of how to handle this place, but obviously they don't know either. Even your elites, they're not as smart as you might think they are. Some give them way too much credit. They're still as lost as the rest of you. They just have a different. They have some understanding, but they still lack a lot of. They do envy society too, because you can figure things out before they do. They don't like that. Yeah, they find out how stupid they are. Basically, they have all that wealth. And it's like all this wealth's like, wow, we don't really know anything, do we? But they kind of hide it, things like that. But some of them know something, but most of them don't know anything. So you can see that with your celebrities. So they know how to look glamorous, put on a good show, and that's about it. They maybe have nice table manners. That's nice. Yeah, somebody knows things about the stock market. And that's about it. Yeah, they can't invent anything new. Well, when you're so fixated on physicality, on looks, like really fixated on it, good luck on creating anything. You're just almost like you turn into like a artificial being. You wonder where they come from. Well, artificial intelligence, a lot of it is just looks. Of course, there's a lot more to than that. There is a soul journey there. But yeah, your human experience here, yes, it's quite complicated. Well, because you can handle it, but also there's many here that feel like they can save the world. And of course, this world proves that's not always the case. So, those things. Greens with the energies of the sky. The reason for sky god frequencies. Well, you can say those that fly feel like they're god entities. Yes, the gods don't always know what they're doing. Well, they might have the ability to fly, but they can't make a right decision for anything. uh, there's actually are cloud cities on your world, but not in the dimension that you can see them. You might actually be able to feel. Yes, Tibet is one place, but there's others. Tibet is like a more obvious one. It's not necessarily in the clouds, it kind of is, but it kind of gives you an idea. It doesn't mean you have to focus on it. Well, that's the other thing. Some of you are from places where, yeah, you live in the clouds. And some do really prove that too, because they don't really understand the physical realms. It's like, why is things so difficult here? Just where I came from, things are much easier. And so the word, your head is in the clouds. Well, technically they are. And some of you have run into those people. And yeah, when you're around a bunch of cloud people, they're all doing great. But when they come to the earth, like, onto the ground, it's like, oh, you're from the clouds, aren't you? Now, not all beings are like that, but quite a few are. Is it humorous? Yes, at times. Some of your gods are from the clouds, and that really shows. Zeus is from the clouds, and that shows. He has a lot of ego, is still healing, and either way. Yeah, you ever see a god shower? Yeah, they like flaunt it. It's like a reality TV show. It's not very entertaining. For some of them, might be. Most of you probably not. But the sky god frequencies, yeah. The sky in general is usually a calm frequency warning from the earth, the physical earth. Because yeah, it's not. It's basically the sky. Technically, in a lot of ways, is not physical. I know it sounds a little strange there, but not really. It's warning from the physical. It's like you have the ground as a physical entity and the sky that's non-physical, technically. And so you have those two dynamics there. And as you could, well, the thing is, when you're in this, as you know, higher dimensions or in the sky, you can see things a little bit more clearly. Doesn't mean you know everything. Say, by the way, a reptilian just bit your arm or trying to swallow your arm. And how do you get out of it? You didn't see it coming, but that's why you come here, to see things before it happens. And yes, you have to fall before you can walk a lot of times. And that's why many go through like self-sabotage. Now self-sabotage is a little bit different. There are entities here that just, yes, want to consume you, take your soul, and destroy you. There's that, and then there's others that are self-sabotage because they just have to learn. It's like they have a clock on themselves. I got to feel it this time. every time at 11 o'clock, I got to fall down. Something like that. But that's part of the soul growth process. There are beings here from the lower dimensions that just truly do not want you here. And how did you got here? I was like, they're not going to let you here unless you come through their portals. But their portals, obviously, yeah, it's like you're here to help the earth, right? As wherever you might be, without going into all the details. It's like you can't get anywhere else. You have to go through the dark people or the demonic realms. Well, doesn't mean you're demonic, but you have to go through their people incarnated on earth. And that's where it gets tricky. It's like, can you survive them? Because they do feel they have a God complex, no doubt. And some of you have dealt with that to a certain level. A lot of times it's actually a grandmother frequency. That's usually, you'd be surprised how many really start showing their dark colors when they're older. Within the family line, it's like, wow, grandma's evil now, huh? She was not. And again, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but it varies. Yeah, it's like someone has a child, and all of a sudden the parent is dark, but it brought it up. Sometimes you bring in the child, and then now you have a new mom from some other dimension, and so on. I can go off of the father frequency also with that, and also the kid too. It's like, you have this nice child, and all of a sudden the child's born, now it's the devil. So there's that also. So some of you probably connect with that to some level. But the higher dimensions and the lower dimensions. Well, you can call them the lower dimensions. Well, the arrogant dimensions, maybe that's a better word for it. Because the lower dimensions, the devil realms, they do feel like they're better than everybody. Yes, they feel like they don't smell, and they smell the worst. And yes, they have a huge ego that just can't seem to, but it keeps the higher realms in check. So doesn't mean you have to live this close to it. Like it's getting close to the fire. But the higher realms can get so delusional, lost, and more bubbly and just completely out of touch. That's why I have the war realms to kick everyone's ass. But there are wars here to calm down the devil beings. That's why some of you are here. So I'll give you some aspect of your incarnation process. So without going into all the details, or just keeping it general for you. That's nice.